The Recover Project is a community open to all concerned with drug and alcohol addiction. We exist to foster recovery and empower individuals, families, and the community of Franklin County. We provide peer-based recovery supports. This means that people already in recovery are here to help the next person along. We do this because we believe that great competence and wisdom reside in those with lived experience. Our members are central to the work that we do. Our volunteers are involved in all of the programming, working on a wide range of projects and activities. We depend on volunteers to lead support groups, plan events, publish our newsletter, and to serve as recovery representatives in the greater community.
I'm somebody who grew up around alcoholism and addiction, so when it was time for me to find drugs and alcohol, it was like a natural progression. I wanted nothing more than to stop using drugs, and I found places like the Recover Project and started getting connected with other people who were in recovery. A lot of it for me was forming bonds with people who had the recovery that I wanted, that I couldn't seem to find on my own. And the Recover Project is a place that allowed me to do those things.
My name is Cindy. I'm an alcoholic and an addict in recovery. I've been in recovery for 21 years now. You know, I chose to come to the Recover Project and try this yoga with a small group of women, and it's been very beneficial for me to work on my body, you know, physically and mentally with other people in recovery that go through the same, you know, life stresses that I do on a daily basis of, you know, staying clean and sober. And, you know, when we all come together as a group and we're able to share, you know, some experiences and in our recovery and stretch and learn how to cope with stress, you know, in a positive way. This is a healing room, you know, a room of recovery, and it's very relaxing. And, you know, I'm able just to breathe in the room and enjoy the space.
The Recover Project, we are here to support recovery at all points, from people just wondering if they have a problem, to people looking for information about where to go for treatment, for themselves or for a loved one. We also support people in early recovery who want a safe space, and people with years of recovery experience who come to enjoy the sober activities and to just pass it on.
What we're about, the Recover Project and the vet-to-vet group specifically, is to reach out and provide an opportunity for veterans who may be in recovery or in need of recovery. And the Recover Project supports that by teaching us a peer-to-peer module, as well as providing a space for us and the resources we need to direct vets to where they need to go beyond these doors.
I was kind of a loner, you know, when I was diagnosed with a learning disability called Asperger's syndrome. I started drinking at college and got hooked right away. I realized, you know, after ending up UMass Worcester, that I had to make some life changes, and that's when my recovery started. So in December 2004, I signed up as a member of the Recover Project. Ever since, I've been organizing Recover Project hikes and trail work and other outdoor activities. It's a good break from the everyday world, hustle and bustle and stresses, just to get out there. It's helped me, and it's been helping others, and that's why I do it.
Well, Recovery Jam is the Recover Project's way of celebrating recovery, because our feeling is recovery doesn't just affect those in recovery, it affects everyone. And so that's why it's a family-oriented event. That's why we have kids' activities and a bounce house and face painting and lots of people having a good time and smiling and making faces at me, and good music.
We started in September of, I believe, 2002. We're getting ready to kick off our 8th year, so this is our 7th jam. You know, sometimes people have kind of the stigma that getting sober is just sitting around in meetings, drinking coffee, and, you know, kind of a somber atmosphere. we really have a lot of fun in recovery, and there's a lot of activities that can go on, and so we kind of try to show people the upside of recovery.
Music has always been close to me because my mother was a musician, my eldest sister is a musician, and I was given a guitar at the age of 12. And music has always been my comfort zone, like a security blanket. And when I was out there, not in recovery, I would lose sight of what was important to me. I didn't pick up my guitar for many years. And so being in recovery now, it's a beautiful thing. I've reconnected with my music and playing music with others.
I got involved in the Recover Project early on in sobriety, and it's a good place to get involved and to spread what I've gotten in terms of support, because I don't get to keep the sobriety that I have today unless I'm helping somebody else.
One day Dennis says, anybody want to go fishing? And the next thing you know is there's a sign-up sheet, and here it is. We're off on sea.
Just spotted a few whales off the starboard here.
Fish on again, Gabe, you better get ready.
Overall, it's a pretty good day. Any day fishing is better than a day of work, so I just want to beat Jake at whatever he's going for.
Yeah. Just wants to win.
Getting some fresh air and a little rocking going on. A little more rocking going on. This feels like the room spinning and you're just saying, oh, I'll never do this again. Please let me get through this, and I'll never, never drink again. And then the next morning, you're up and starting all over again. Always the same results. Feeling like I was seasick. The community meeting is where we come together. We come together on a weekly basis, and it's where decisions get made about what's happening here at the Recover Project. Our code of ethics is at the heart of our community. The code of ethics guides our behavior in this space, and it also guides our relationships with one another. Safety, compassion, acceptance, and respect are the principal core values.
I know that when I come here, I'm not going to be put in jeopardy of having somebody using drugs or trying to get drugs. I was in need of parenting classes, so I brought it to the community meeting here. That's been going on since July. If I wasn't in recovery, my kids wouldn't have a mom. I'm just very grateful for the Recover Project. There would be no way for the parenting classes to happen if I wasn't able to bring it to the community and get other people involved. I volunteer a lot. I do reception. I've done several trainings here, and the Recover Project is essential to my recovery because I know it's a safe, sober environment.
I'm allergic to marijuana. Back in '05, I came to the realization, having my grandchildren and things, I realized that if I needed to be for them, be available for them. So I made the decision to stop drinking and smoking, and I've been doing well since. I'm now back in school at GCC and hoping to become a substance abuse counselor. The karaoke started about almost 2 years ago, actually, and I like it. I have a ball.
Through enrolling at GCC, I was able to start exploring myself through that process and discovering things that I enjoyed to do. Being a GCC student and knowing other members of the Recover+Project, we connected with staff here at GCC, and we started talking about ways we could support students who are in recovery as they begin their journey into education. And it's just an opportunity to get together and kind of network with each other and get to know each other a little bit. Because a lot of the support comes through one student helping another student. I have a certain amount of insight that I can then lend to the next person as they begin their journey, and that's what it's all about. You know, taking our lived experience and lending it to the next person so that they can find healing themselves. So I think the Recover+Project is a space that allows people to discover things about themselves and then take those things and really apply them.
One of our goals is to help reduce the stigma associated with drug addiction and alcoholism. We do this by being a face of recovery in the greater community. My name is Linda, and I'm an alcoholic. I've been in recovery now for 27 years. What we experience at the Recover+Project on a daily basis is the truth that recovery is possible for all. We are a recovery community. We are the faces of recovery.